Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to Changing Your Mind About South Park. We have gotten to the movie South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. So this, for me, is going to be quite an undertaking. I am trying to keep the songs as intact as possible by covering them. I am not sure if I'm going to be able to splice them into the episodes. I do know that I'm going to make the movie into 3 parts. So, three 30-minute-ish chunks. This movie, it means a lot to me personally. It was a comfort movie for me growing up. I specifically remember, seeing this Paramount logo come on of the mountain and stuff like that, and hearing the beginning tune of Mountain Town and feeling incredibly comforted from it. Almost this was my dissociative episode to be able to escape my current life situation. But I think I really did escape into the musical world that this movie was. And obviously I grew up on Disney like I think everyone else did in my generation, but I think that seeing this and seeing that musicals could be in a different way and tell things differently. And I know a lot of people are very anti-musical. Totally get that. But I think that just by saying it's a musical, I just don't like it. I think that attitude can kind of cut you off to a lot of good media. But once again, different strokes for different folks. I have some production notes. I'm going to be referencing this a lot because I have a whole lot of notes. So the production on this movie actually started in January of 1998 when season 1 of South Park was being completed. In their contract, they had that they needed to be completing South Park episodes till 1999 as well as make a movie. And a lot of people were telling them at the time, hey, when you are popular like this, because South Park season 1 was successful, and then season 2 was kind of a flop because they also listened to advice and stepped back and didn't work on the show as much, and they brought other writers in. They were also getting a lot of advice, so ride the highs of popularity. They went and did Basketball, which was a film that they acted in. They went and did the South Park album, which was the Shelf Aid album. They were kind of just putting their eggs all in separate baskets as what was suggested of them and doing what was popular, doing what you did at the time. And then they realized that they didn't like that. They didn't like what it was turning their show into. They were very disappointed with season 2, and I know several people have referenced to me, and I've seen it time and time again, how they've talked about the first 5 seasons they wish they would have deleted, how they're embarrassed of certain things. And I think that just comes with as you grow. I've even rewatched some of my old videos and I'm embarrassed by my old videos, but seeing myself grow, it's also kind of beautiful to see your highs and lows that everybody goes through, which I think is another interesting thing we can get from stuff like this. But I will go ahead and let the movie roll, if it will. And Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was a name which is obviously supposed to reference something. The original title that they wanted was South Park All Hell Breaks Loose, but the MPAA did not want hell to be in the title, so they're like, oh, okay. Can we do Bigger, Longer, and Uncut? And then before they had time to think about it, they approved it, and both Matt and Trey and I agree as well. Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is a worse title than All Hell Breaks Loose.
Oh, the snow's pure and white on the earth, rich and brown. Just another Sunday morning in my quiet mountain town. The sun is shining and the grass is green under the 3 feet of snow, This is the day when it's hard to wear a frown. All the happy people stop to say hello.
Get out of my work.
Even though the temperature is low. It's a perfect Sunday morning in my quiet little mountain town.
Morning, Stan.
Mom, can I have $8 to see a movie?
movie?
Yeah, it's gonna be the best film ever. It's a foreign film from
All
Canada.
right, here you go. But be back for supper.
Oh, what a picture-perfect child. Just like Jesus, he's tender and mild. He wear a smile while he wore a thorny crown. What an angel with a heart so sweet and pure, and a mind so open and pure. Thank God we live in this quiet redneck mountain town.
Dude, wake up. Kenny, come on. The Terrence and Phillip movie is out. You wanna come?
Where do you think you're going? You have to go to church. Well, fine. You go ahead and miss church, and then when you die and go to hell, you can answer to Satan.
Okay.
You can see your breath hanging in the air. You see homeless people, but you just don't care. It's a sea of smiles in which we'd be glad to drown. That's right, it's a Sunday morning in our quiet little white redneck mountain town.
Kyle, we're going to the Terrence and Phillip movie.
Oh my god, dude! Kyle, where are you going? We're going ice skating. Well, take your little brother out with you. Mama! Do as I say, Kyle! Okay, I'm sorry.
Look at those frail and fragile boys, it really gets me down. The world is such a rotten place, and city life's a complete disgrace. That's why I moved to this redneck Michigan, a quiet mountain town.
Somebody's at the door! Coming, hon. I can't see the TV!
6 weeks since Saddam Hussein was killed by a pack of wild boars, and the world is still glad to be rid of him.
Oh, look, Eric, it's your little friends. Oh, sweet, dude. Yeah.
Off to the movies we shall go, where we learn everything that we know. Cause the movies teach us what our parents don't have time to say. And this movie's gonna make our lives complete. Cause Terrence and Phillip are sweet, super sweet. Thank God we live in this quiet little redneck podunk white trash USA.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Ashes of Fire has been rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America. You have to be accompanied by a parent or guardian.
But why?
This movie has naughty language.
The plot of this movie was pretty much modeled after the season 1, episode 6 episode Death, which is where the parents are going to the TV studios and protesting what they're airing when they should just be talking to their children about stuff. Children are going to see these things, but it's expecting other people to police what your kids are watching. And like also just talking about like censorship as a whole. I liked the Terrence and Phillip plot as well because it felt a lot like they were making fun of themselves. They would get criticism from people of being like, oh, this is a horrible, awful show. But they did point out that it wasn't from the people that they thought. Apparently a bunch of people thought that they got like a bunch of Christians hating on them. They're like, no, that never happened. The Christians loved it. The Christians were like sending in emails to like, do more, which I thought was funny. Matt and Trey have always kind of personified themselves as Terrence and Phillip, and how the boys love this Terrence and Phillip show. It's probably not the best show for them to watch, but they're obsessed with them because it's giving them that attention. You know, that's kind of the perspective I've had on this. Is I did feel it was kind of as a kid, it's, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You're letting me do this. You're putting it in my sight. You're allowing me to do this. And you're honestly not really caring that I do. So
You don't eat or sleep or mow the lawn, you just pure uncle all day long.
What's going on here?
What garbage?
Well, what do you expect? They're Canadian.
Dude, that movie was fucking sweet. Fuck, dude, I want to be just like Terrence and Phillip.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's your guardian?
they reference in the episodes of season 3 how they believed a lot of kids would go see the film Wild Wild West, but then they'd pay to see that film, but they'd sneak into South Park because South Park was a rated R movie. They did bring it up to Matt and Trey when they were working on the film. They're like, hey guys, did you know that a PG-13 movie would make more money? They would bring out graphs to them to demonstrate like, hey, look how much more money you would make if this movie was PG-13. But Matt and Trey were very much, no, like we want to do an R-rated film. We want to do like the same like caliber that we feel like we have been doing. We don't want to try and kidify it down because once again, like this is not made to be a kid's show. I think it was interesting that they were always like really die hard. We want to do things our way. And I think for me, someone that was always shy, quiet, and timid, like I really respect that they were so die hard. I think they've referenced in an audio commentary later down the line. They talked about how they always kind of lived their career like they have their fishing poles in the back of the truck and they're ready to drive back to Colorado. And I think they've kind of kept that for a while, which obviously they're making their money. They're billionaires now. Like I'm not obtuse to that, but I do think that especially during the beginning, they had that thing of I have my story to tell. I trust myself enough to know that I know how to tell my story better than anybody else in Hollywood. I know how to market it, which we'll get into that later. And this is what I want to do, which is why they did the musical too. Musicals weren't super popular besides like, you know, the Disney musicals, but they're like, hey, we're going to do this because I like musicals. Trey loved musicals. Matt does not care for them, which I think is also interesting because they've been a partnership but time and time again, I've seen through their relationship that Matt and Trey are polar opposites. But part of the reason why that works is because they help each other where the other falls short. And I think that's, once again, another beautiful thing that we should really think about. Just because somebody thinks or acts in a different way, that may not be to a detriment to us. That may be to a benefit. We could benefit from them and they could benefit from us.
Hey, where have you guys been all day? Nowhere. We just went to go see the Terrence and Phillip movie.
They're coming back to their friends Ragby.
Hey, stop
Guess we
crowding
just
us,
saw the
you
movie.
shitbag.
And they're showing off all their
Yeah, you're a
new
bunch of
cuss
ass-ramming
words.
Uncle... Ooh, we've got to see this movie, dude.
There's the girl that I like.
Hey, how about when Terrence called Phillip a testicle boy? Now more than ever.
This
gives
made me like a
butterflies.
Cindy shipper. I just love like how enamored he was with her. But he's also like too shy to really be able to do anything. He throws up on her because of his anxiety.
Well, I had a 4.0 grade point average.
Want to skate with us?
We've been skating all morning and laughing and talking of memories past.
And talking of memories past,
We saw
and
the
then this
Terrence and
Gregory
Phillip
fool pulls up in here, and
That's
he's
me,
all
Wendy.
suave and nice and educated, and Stan's like, well, I guess I'm just not good enough for my crush. He's a little
Who wants to
heartthrob.
touch me? I said, who wants to fucking touch me?
Hartman
gotta
once
see the
again.
Terrence-
Obviously he wants attention from kids. He's not getting attention from home.
You're a boner-biting bastard, Uncle Fucking. You're a
And then the next day, like, everyone has the shirts. And I think this was a bit of a reference to how, like, when kids have Pokemon, they would always have, like, all the stuff, and it would even get banned. And I think in a minute in the movie, we'll even see how, like, Terrence and Phillip stuff starts getting banned.
What is 5 times 2? Come on, children, don't be shy. Just
And this
give it
scene
your
has
best
been
shot.
memed a lot.
Yes, Clyde.
12?
12.
Okay, now let's try to get an answer from someone who's not a complete retard. Come on, don't be shy.
Come on,
think
don't
I
be
can
shy.
answer
Well,
this
I mean,
question.
why would anyone be shy after you said that?
Boy, don't call me fat, you fucking Jew.
Eric, did you just say the F word?
Jew? You can't say fucking school, you fucking fat ass.
Kyle!
Why the fuck not?
Eric!
Dude, you just said fuck again.
Stanley!
Who?
Kenny!
Hell, it doesn't hurt anybody. Fuck.
How would you like to go see the school counselor?
How would
You like to suck my balls?
What did you say?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Actually, what I said was, how would you like to suck my balls, Mr. Garrison?
Holy shit, dude.
Craig's outside the principal's office again. And my stream screwed up. Can you see that? Maybe it's a sign. How could this happen to me? I made my mistake.
Very disappointed in you boys. I've already called in your mothers,
You
but...
called my mom?
Kyle
Oh,
is
dude. Mr.
terrified
Mackey, can I ask a
of
question?
his mom
Fucking
shaking
deal,
in his
bitch.
boots.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know where you heard these horrific obscenities, okay?
Nowhere. We
Nowhere.
heard them from Mr. Garrison a few times before.
Get off on Mr. Garrison.
It-
Well, the funny thing is that it's probably not too far off from what Mr. Garrison would try and say to them.
What did my son say, Mr. Mackey? Did he say the S word?
It was worse than that.
It was worse than that.
Short list of the things
A
they've been
short
saying,
list.
okay?
And there's a Kathy
Oh,
Lee
dear
Gifford
God.
pictured in the
What the heck
background.
is
I know
a
there's just
rim
a big
job?
owl
Oh,
right
my
now.
God. We can't tell you. We all took a sacred oath and swore ourselves to secrecy. It was the Terrence and Phillip movie. Dude, what? Fuck you guys. I want to get out of here.
What the heck is Terrence and Phillip?
Terrence and Phillip are two very untalented actors from Canada.
Everybody's fucking
Yeah,
seen
there's
it.
the Kathy Lee
Eric,
Gifford
I'm
picture.
sorry, I can't help myself. That movie has warped my fragile little mind.
warped my fragile little mind. Here's like another reprise of this.
That I like. Over there laughing with that smart
guy.
Hey, we're holding up at the goddamn lunch line.
Hello there, children.
Hey, Chef.
How's it going?
Bad.
Why bad?
We got busted for swearing. Our mom said we can't ever see the Terrence and Phillip movie again.
Oh, that's too bad.
They very
call me
much
butt
felt
fucking
like
son of a
this was
bitch.
going to be
Well,
their
children,
last thing
why
that
did
they
you
were
learn
going
to
to get
talk
to
like
do.
that?
So they put their all into it. They wanted to put their everything into it. And they had already struggled with their previous film, Orgasmo, to get past the NC-17 rating. Pretty much, if you don't know, an NC-17 rating makes it to where you're pretty much your film's not going to get seen. It's not going to get marketed. I mean, like R is one thing, like you're not going to make a lot of money. PG-13, you make a little bit more, and then PG, you make more, and G, you make more. You know, the more people that can see it, the more profitable it is. So for them getting an NC-17 in a movie that had no violence, no nudity, and had very, very little sexual themes compared to some of the stuff that is out there that's extremely violent, extremely sexual, that would just get like a R or maybe a PG-13 rating because it was more popular. And they themselves had experienced that with this movie. With Orgasmo, when they went through the MPAA, they were given no notes. They're like, nope, this is NC-17, we're not helping you, blah, blah, blah. And then when South Park came out, because they had Paramount, they had a big studio behind them, Paramount actually helped them. They gave them notes that they could make it to have the R rating, but they really fought hard to make sure that they didn't have to go to PG-13.
Do you know where I can find the clitoris? The what? What is that, like
Oh
finding
yeah, and
Jesus
then
or something?
finding the clitoris is also like Stan's journey in this. It's a noble journey, you know?
Parents and Philip shirts are no longer allowed in school. Philip shirt is to be sent
Cockmaster. Okay, hold on. Where'd he go? I've lost him. There he is. Here's Cockmaster.
sent home immediately.
Impact of the Canadian duo can also be seen with their new hit song, Shut Your Fucking Face, Uncle Fucker.
I hate how they did this like cover of it. It's horrible, and I think they made it purposely horrible. I know they did, but it's still
With us tonight is the head of the
outraged
PTA,
mother.
Sheila Broflovsky.
Hello, Tom.
Well, the film is R-rated, and it's not intended for children.
But of course children are gonna see it.
Can I finish? The fact is that we
You
get outraged.
just don't care.
Can I finish? Hello, can I finish?
Can I
Kids
finish?
has graphic violence on television all the time. We can't believe that a movie with some foul language would piss you off so much.
Because it's evil.
Can I finish? Okay, I'm finished.
And now addicted
You
to your
are racist, ma'am. You are racist.
You're
It is
racist,
going to
man.
take us-
I do hear both sides of the coin, and I will just say, like, I am on the side, like, and I am a parent. I am in control of what my daughter watches. If she accidentally sees something she's not supposed to, it is my responsibility to talk to her about that. And it's also my responsibility to protect her from certain things. That being said, I think it's great that there are people that feel they do not want their kids to see anything at all. Then you can completely control it. You can make it to where your kids don't see TV or your kids only see certain types of TV. Great. I think ultimately, as long as you are doing something out of the love for your children, like, I think that's the best that you can do.
Kids, I want to welcome you to rehabilitation, okay? To learn not to swear.
I must say, I don't think I belong with these rogues. I attended school at Yardale and had a 4.0
I don't think I
grade point
belong with these rogues.
thank
We
you.
all know you think
Okay,
you're
you see,
better,
children,
Gregory.
this is
It's cool.
exactly-
How are we gonna do that?
Well, listen here.
There are times when you get suckered in by drugs and alcohol and sex with women, okay? But it's when you do these things too much that you've become an addict and must get back in touch. You can do it, it's all up to you, okay? With a little plan, you can change your life today. You don't have to spend your life addicted to smack, homeless on the street giving hand jobs for crack. Follow that plan and very soon you will say it's easy, okay? Step 1, sit ass, say buns, like kiss my buns or you're a buns hole. Step 2, sit shit, say poo, say bull, poo, poo, header, this poo is cold. Step 3, with bitch, drop the T, cause bick is Latin for generosity. Step 4, don't say fuck anymore, cause fuck is the worst word that you can say, so just say the word okay. We can do it, it's all up to us, okay? With a little plan, you can change our lives today. We don't have to spend our life shooting up and trash, homeless in the streets giving hand jobs for cash. Follow this plan and very soon you will say it's easy. Step 1, sit ass, say buns, like kiss my buns or your buns hole. Step 2, sit shit, say poo, like bull, poo, poo, header, this poo is cool. Step 3, with bitch, drop the T, cause bick is Latin for generosity. Step 4, don't say fuck anymore, cause fuck is the worst word that you can say. Fuck is the worst word that you can say. We shouldn't say fuck, no, we shouldn't say fuck, no! We have to spend our life shooting up in the trash, homeless in the streets giving hand jobs for cash. Tell them this plan and very soon you will say it's easy, okay? It's easy, okay? It's easy, okay? A lot of the songs in this were also used as parodies. Like the beginning song Mountain Town was like a lot like songs in Oklahoma and Beauty and the Beast, like Belle. Like we have a song coming up later on that's a lot like Les Mis. We have a song coming up that's going to be by James Hetfield, who is the lead singer of Metallica. And for a while he did not want it to be known that he was in this movie, but now he's okay with it being known that he was in South Park. But he did a good job in the song. I loved that not only was it a musical, it was kind of like an ode to musicals as well.
Okay, Kenny, I'll bet you $100 you can't light a fart on fire.
And then it's always like the joke too with Kenny, like he's poor, so he's willing to do the dangerous stuff. And I can like relate to that. It's like when you don't have a lot of money, it's like you're more willing to do risky behavior in order to get money because you just want to be able to live or maybe even eat food.
Oh my God, you killed Kenny, you bastard!
The surgeon here is voiced by George Clooney.
Oh shit, dude, now our mom's gonna find out we went to the Terrence and Phillip movie again.
Vacuum. Try to untangle his trachea and esophagus. Oh, that doesn't go there.
No, that doesn't go there.
Gross, Stan, that's sick!
Yeah, precious little time left, people. We're gonna lose him soon.
Doctor, his heart stopped.
Let's get it out of there.
Let's get it out of there.
Quick. Who's making a potato?
My bad, sir. I missed lunch.
Damn it, I'm not gonna lose this kid. It's up to God. Kenny?
Kenny.
Kenny, can you hear me? How are you feeling, son?
I like the Kenny's like, holy shit, dude.
Son, I have some bad news. We accidentally replaced your heart with a baked potato. You have about 3 seconds to live.
Crazy.
Ah, fucking weak, dude. Oh my god, they killed Kenny. You bastards.
It never gets
And then
any
he's just so upset, but
easier.
like, you did put a baked potato up in bro.
Bet him he couldn't do it.
I bet him he couldn't do it.
Come on, it's not your fault. No, I know. I'm just getting stoked I don't have to pay him. Oh, that's real nice. He was your friend, you fat fuck.
You saw that movie again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kyle,
Kenny's
that's
just
so weird.
dead in the background. Look at him. Just like,
Grounded?
You're grounded
He's
for
like,
3 weeks, Eric.
Hey, why am I grounded for? Bullshit.
What? What was that word, young man?
I like how it like echoes out. I love this part. It's one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. And like Kenny is like my favorite character pretty much, so he's my boy.
What is this place? Beyond the stars.
Yeah, so this first little bit is actually Trey Parker, and then I think you'll be able to tell the switch over where he goes to James Hatfield.
In the past. Could it be that you are free at last?
He said was gonna go to heaven?
Little boy, you're going to hell! Step backwards for rushing the buzz, and now this is your tale! Boy, it's time for you to play! Run that bird, and I'm gonna try to stare at a blurry day! But you're a man, stand, you're in hell! Hell isn't good,
Oh my god, like Hitler. I wish I knew who that was. Gandhi. You know, so that should make some people happy. There you go. Hitler's in hell. Yeah, so here's hell. There's the Ender Dragon. Alright guys, with that, I am going to pause this for this chunk. I hope you guys enjoyed Act 1 of the South Park musical. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me and trying out this new type of format for the musical kind of episodes. But I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time.